Now, you know that I love my quotes, and one of my favorite quotes is, "In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king." Yeah, that's an interesting one, because quite often, sometimes just being a little bit better than people that aren't doing anything is going to make you stand out and can give you leverage. My name is Anthony Lindsay, and I help startups and side hustlers build a data-driven business that is scalable, sustainable, repeatable, and franchisable. So yeah, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. What I'm going to talk about today is customer service. Customer service is one of those things that I think is just underutilized. People are not providing even good customer service. So if you provide decent customer service, your company can stand out. Now, I love my people. I love my Jamaican people. But if you've ever been to a Jamaican restaurant, you know I'm not lying. You go in there, they're probably doing something else if they're not seeing customers. And just the fact that you walked in there, they just look like, oh my gosh, what are you doing here? You know, it's like you're interrupting them from their day, as opposed to them welcoming you. Now, out of, my parents are Jamaican, so it's like I'll go to a Jamaican restaurant anywhere on the planet, and I get it. I understand the vibe. I understand that no matter what it says on the menu, 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna have the thing that you asked for. I understand that you're gonna be greeted with a less than friendly greeting when you go in there. I understand that they're gonna, as I said, act as if you are interrupting their day, but the food is the bomb. Jamaican food is the bomb. So I was in a Jamaican restaurant yesterday, and I was reminded why I want to go in there, but sometimes don't. So I walk in there, and the person in front of me is ordering, and then someone walked in right after me, and I'm just standing there like for 3 minutes. 5 minutes, 7 minutes, no acknowledgement, no, I'll be right with you, no, I'm dealing with someone, nothing, just absolutely nothing. And even the lady that the person at the restaurant was dealing with, even that customer wasn't receiving the best service. And it's just par for the course for Jamaican restaurants. So you know what you're getting when you go in there. But imagine you go into a Jamaican restaurant, or any restaurant for that matter, and as soon as you go in there, you're greeted. They interact with you in a way as if they value you and value your patronage. It's just a whole different vibe. And it's not just about restaurants, it's about anything that you do. If you're providing a service to the public, you should make sure that your customer service is outstanding. If you have an online business, you should make sure that when people go to your website, the information is clear and they can navigate to wherever they want to go very quickly. If they need to make a phone call, you should make sure that there's a way that they can call, get through to somebody that can answer their questions. There's a lot of technology available, and definitely use it, because not everybody does want to pick up a phone. But make sure that if they do, they can speak to someone who knows what they're talking about. Make sure that if you have a chat bot, that it's got the adequate amount of information in it that it can deal with people's questions. If you are responding to people by email, so like if they fill in a form and you have to get back to them, make sure that you respond to them in a reasonable amount of time. These are all things that are customer service, and most of them aren't expensive or difficult to establish a good process. You just have to decide that that's important to you. There's something called NPS, so Net Promoter Score. And NPS is an indicator quite often of the profitability of a company, because NPS rates how many people you have that engage with your business, that are advocates, how many people who are passive, and how many people who are detractors. And you don't want any detractors, and obviously you want as many advocates as you can get. But the passive people, those are the people that could go to your competitor, because your competitor might just be providing an additional layer of good customer service. Now today, I was really pleased. I went into Wingstop. There's a new Wingstop that opened up, and I went in there, and I have to say that, you know, the personnel there were like top notch. They were like, hello, welcome. Have you been to Wingstop before? You know, the whole nine. But my question is, will they continue that way? Because if you have a team of people that are new and they're in there and they're doing a great job and they're not being encouraged in that good job, that high level of service can diminish. Or if you have two people that are providing a good service and the other people aren't, what can happen is those two people can be brought down by the rest of the team. So as a business owner, it's vital that you model the behavior. So you are providing an excellent service every single time to every single customer, even the ones that get on your nerves, even the ones that are asking the questions that you feel shouldn't be asked, even the ones that maybe give you a bad review. You know, make sure that you respond to those reviews, but you have to model that behavior as the leader of your business. The next thing you have to do is when you are hiring staff, you need to make sure that good customer service is within their DNA first and foremost, because some people just have it in their DNA, but you also have to make sure that there's a structure to make sure that you can measure their level of customer service. One of the things that I often suggest is that you have some type of reward scheme for your staff for getting good reviews. You should also make sure that there's a process by which they actively ask for reviews, because you can use that as a measure when you're doing their monthly or quarterly reviews to say, well, over this past month or quarter, you've had X amount of positive reviews. And like my grandmother always used to say, encouragement sweetens labor. Like as an employee, it's a great feeling for your manager to come to you or the business owner to come to you and say, look, we just got a Google review and they mentioned you by name. Now we know that it's quite difficult to get reviews. So if you build that into the system and into the process of them dealing with customers, you'll probably get more reviews and you will keep that staff member engaged and encouraged. And the byproduct of great customer service will be seen in your bottom line. There's a suit shop that my brother took me to when I first went to England. It's called Slater's. They have them all around the UK, but this particular one was in Birmingham. And I remember walking in there. Now, I had my dreadlocks, you know, I'd just come from the States, and, you know, I had that look. I walked in there and they treated me as if, you know, I was a gold client for them. You know, I went in there, they measured me for the suit. Then after they measured me for the suit, the person that was dealing with me said, okay, I'm going to introduce you to next person's name. In the shirt department, they dealt with me. And I'll never forget that experience, because on the surface, they may have looked at me and said, you know, this guy doesn't even look like he would wear a suit. But the way that they engaged with me made me a lifelong customer. Here we are all these years later, and I'm still talking about that experience. And what's even better, every single time I've gone into that shop, into that store, I've received that level of service. So it's not about being a one-hit wonder and delivering great service once. You have to build it into your business. It has to be a part of your business's DNA to provide excellent customer service. Keeping in mind that most people don't even provide average customer service. So if you're providing excellent customer service, you'll get referrals, you'll get repeat customers, and you'll have happy customers who are happy to spend their money with you, and maybe even more money with you because of your levels of customer service. My name is Anthony Lindsay, and I help startups and side hustlers build a business that's scalable, sustainable, repeatable, and franchisable, a business that is data-driven and has good methods and processes in place. If you need support with your business, the information is in the link.